Good morning. Today is day 5. It's July 5th. And as you can see, it's daylight. So we just switched some things up. We're going to ride in the daylight today. We're getting started. It's around almost 7 o'clock. So I probably won't hit the road until 7:30, 7:45 because we have some driving to go to the spot that I stopped at yesterday. So check in. My body right now, my right hand was numb basically all night long. I kept waking up because my fingertips were hurting. I have a little bit of pain in my right elbow. Fingers are a little swollen. I'm a little swollen, and I don't know if it's allergies or whatnot. I haven't been taking my medicine. And that's about it as far as body. Definitely got rest last night. Definitely slept 8 hours straight. So I know I don't look so refreshed, but I feel refreshed. I came over here to sit on this rock, and there was a hummingbird in the tree. So I'm really excited for today. It's a beautiful day, got a nice breeze going. And I'm really forgetting what the questions are. So I did the body check-in, and mantra for today is I'll do my best and let God do the rest. I'm going to let God be God. Even in my morning prayer, there's reminding me, not my way, however, his way. And that's what I want to do it. I want to glorify him in everything that I do, and I want to spread love. However, I have to be love before I can give love. So I'm definitely working on speaking to myself in what I do out here on this road with loving words, no matter what happens, trusting that I'm in the right place and I'm doing exactly what he wants me to do. It's not my plan, but his plan, and I trust in it, and I know it's the better plan. His ways are higher than my ways, and I know the message will get spread as long as it'll get spread at max capacity as long as I stay in the lane of service. I'm here to serve. I'm here to spread light and love. I love my brothers and sisters, all my brothers and sisters. We're all connected. We are all children of God, and I want to do that, spread that, be that reminder. I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. I know today's going to be absolutely magical. As I said, started off with my hummingbird behind me. I don't know where it went though. But check out the scenery. Can you see it without my head in the way? It's gonna be a beautiful day, and I hope you have a beautiful day also.
Telling me to dance, taking a chance.
Well, we are here, day 5. A whole hand.
Yes.
So Tara, tell us how you're doing. How was day 5 for you?
Day 5 was my favorite day so far. So,
okay, I'll be here for that.
Boom, 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 boom. Sound effects.
Favorite day so far.
Yes.
So tell us a little more about that. What happened today that makes you feel good thinking about yesterday coming into today?
So we made that switch where we would be working in the daylight as opposed to at night into the daylight. So that switch is something I want to continue moving forward. There's like a really loud car coming. I want to continue moving forward, but definitely would like to start a little bit sooner so I can be out there a little bit longer because it definitely does get warm. And just being mindful of what being out there and exercising in this type of heat, what that can do if I try to push through that, So tomorrow we're definitely going to do daylight, but we're going to start like right before it gets daylight.
Nice. And so making this transition is allowing you to, are you feeling like better in terms of like your sleep patterns? Tell us a little bit about that.
So, and that's another thing. I was able to sleep through the night. I don't know exactly how many hours I had, but I had at least 8 hours of sleep, maybe a little bit more. So that definitely, and I didn't even think about it. I was so excited today about how good it was and how good I felt. I didn't even think about, girl, you slept. So.
Yeah, and just the importance of that, right? Like the brass tacks of it, your body being in the best physical condition possible helps you in terms of not only your physical endurance, but your mental as well, right? So you're a little bit more clear, focused. And so today you were able to cover another bit of a distance here. Um, and how far did you end up going today?
So I know on the previous days I was kind of beating myself up by not reaching a certain mile marker. Today was my lowest amount of miles. However, I felt most proud today. Like I, without a doubt, felt like I gave it my best. So I was able to get 47.97 miles today. In total, I did at mile 25 hop off the bike and run for a mile and then get back on the bike. I didn't switch my activity in my Garmin, so it all got counted as biking. But I did hop off just to see how it would be to run a little bit in between. Running was very difficult in that weather. But I know running is something I might have to do depending on the steepness of the road. So.
Yeah, and you'll be running and biking as you move ahead as well, so that you also use this as an opportunity to just test out how you would feel, the climate, all of that. So what I'm seeing in this is, again, like that turning into that athlete in you, like test, learn, grow. And when you're in that mental space, that mental clarity, being able to give yourself the space and the grace to go do that, because it's going to serve you as you look ahead.
All of that is true, and also where the car needs to be, because that plays a role, because it's not like I'm running in my streets. Because at first I told the car, go up to a mile, go, relax. It's going to take me about 10 minutes to get there. But when the car drove away, I was like, oh, no, come back. We had no cell phone service. So I felt this. And then, I also know moving forward, even when I transition into running, I don't want the car too far ahead.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. So as we've been doing here, getting from you your words of wisdom, what's come up for you today? What's the message you have for us?
So for me, when I got back to the room and was trying to just sum up the day, aside from just being ecstatic about just feeling good about the work that I put in, this quote that I have in my classroom kind of just dropped in me, and it's, you have a choice. You can throw in the towel or you can use it to wipe the sweat off your face. And I feel like that's kind of what the first couple of days have been. What are you going to do? Like, are we going to pack it in and go home because it's not what you put on the spreadsheet? Or we're going to keep at this and totally going to keep at it. I know I'm going to have up and down days, but however, I know my best is yet to come. So even on those low days, know that, right over the next hill is going to be a better day.
Yeah, and you're walking it right now. You're walking that path, and as much as there's lots of lessons from the lows, there's so much to be celebrated in the days like today, and being able to give yourself that moment to say, I feel good today. And and instead of trying to use that day to, pull something, push yourself even harder, now you're knowing it sounds like you're finding your flow in the new normal that you're discovering. The other thing too is the adjustment that you're making coming into the daylight and how much better that feels on you and your body. That to me is that, that throw in the towel or use it to wipe the sweat, right? Because that's that reset. Mm-hmm. That's giving yourself that reset. And that's what I'm seeing out of day 5 is that, we've fundamentally found the reset and you're finding your voice in terms of what you need on this journey. Now that you're facing it, now that you're seeing what it's built like.
Yeah. And today, and just being in the daylight, it is new roads. Like I did a lot of my training at night for several reasons. One, I teach and I want to get to work, in order to exercise and work is you exercise at night. I'm a mother of 3. In order to not feel guilty about exercising, I exercise when they're sleeping. So I just naturally thought, I work out at night. When I go to new roads, I can just work out at night. And it's like, 1, it's new roads, so I'm missing out on new things to see. And 2, I don't know these roads. So as much as I'm trying to be fearless and all that fun stuff, it was taxing somewhere in my head. So today was a lot of fun. to be able to just sightsee, see the birds, see the animals. I mean, we even had cows looking at us like, girl, bye, what are you doing? Like, straight stare. And I thought it was just me, but when me and LaShawn got back to the room, LaShawn was like, you seen them cows? I was like, I did. So today was a lot of fun. Right? And then waving at people, I got to, spread a whole lot of love. I didn't get waves back every time. However, it just felt good just to wave and see people, and got some honks and things like that. And definitely all of that is helpful.
Yeah, and thinking about, the why behind this mission, human rights, knowing your rights. So often we talk about this a lot, particularly when you share this, you get really focused on folks understanding it for themselves, for the individual. It's great to this is a collective. You want it for everybody else. You want everybody to come together. But the greatest and the challenge, when I think about Eleanor Roosevelt, right, the challenge was, can you demonstrate it for you? Can you show up for you? Can you make sure that you're living your truth from the most authentic place, right? Your authentic place. And everything that you're describing, like, I can see you now. I'm waving. I don't care you waving back or not. I'm waving, right? Like, that's your most authentic self. So I can see in you that it's giving you that little bit of fuel that you need to keep going. And that's important when it comes to any task you have in front of you, any journey, and particularly when you think about human rights and all that is protected underneath it, right? First and foremost, it's going to start with you to find that voice. And I'm seeing that in you. So thank you for that.
Yeah. And it's like, we live in a world that's like, do, but it's like, you can't do or give anything you don't already have. So we need to start from a place of being. Like, for me, my superpower is to love all. And I have to start with loving me. And then I need to be loved so that I can give love to others. And the human rights, as much as it's about, sustaining them and upholding them for everybody, you have to start by upholding them for yourself. And once you start doing these things for yourselves, then naturally you just want to do that for others.
Yeah, I love that. And it really, because this is a personal journey. This isn't something that can be, like, it can just be a piece of paper. But one of the biggest things about when they brought it to bear was about it being this philosophy that we've all collectively decided that we would uphold and that we would protect for the masses. But the paper is only as good as the folks that understand it.
Right. And if you don't know it, then you can't.
You're only going to have that unlocked.
Yeah. It starts with knowing it, and it starts with for yourself, and then it starts with your backyard. And like Yogi always says, and I think he gives it back. I think Mr. Griffin started. I don't know where it came from, but the thing is, if we all do a little bit, nobody has to do a lot. So if we all do that little bit, all boats rise at high tide. So if we all do that little bit, we all are going to be better. But it starts with self. I can't stress that enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, this has been great. I'm glad that we were able to grab you for a few minutes, as we're doing each and every day. We'll let you rest now.
Yes, yes.
Get a little bit more Z's. And we'll be back at it tomorrow. So again, if you've been following, you see all the days, each and every day, we're going to grab a little bit of Tara's time, a little bit of her message as she's living it every single day out there on her cross-country journey. And, the only thing that I'll say is keep the comments, questions, all that stuff flowing in. We'll start to incorporate that as we move forward. And we'll have some surprises. Thanks everybody, and until mañana, we'll see you next time.